I'm going to review Think Like a Monk book. I'm going to give you guarantee that this review or reading this book will not make you think to become a monk. It's just a monk's practice that you will follow to make yourself better in your life. So it is all about training your mind for peace and purpose every day. So it is written by Jay Shetty, who is a storyteller, podcaster and former monk. He was into monk for 3 to 4 years. Later then he came back to his own life. So he is known for his number one health and wellness podcast in the world. He is a motivator, known for motivation mostly. So Think Like a Monk, this whole book is divided into 3 parts, that is let go, grow and give. In the language of monk, it is breathe, visualize and chant. So according to these parts, the chapters are divided. The first one is let go and your identity. In this chapter, Jay Shetty says that you need to escape from the influences. Here we can take an example. When you reflect yourself in the mirror, you can see yourself, but when there is dust on the mirror, but you cannot reflect your exact image. Exact same way, you cannot reflect your identity in the society or to yourself when other influences are influencing you. Then he says to bring up your identity, you need to audit your time, give time to yourself to understand what you are and how you are, so that you can bring up your identity outside. By doing these things, you can understand the values in the society and you can have your self-awareness. The second one is negativity. This is the main thing that you have to let go in your life. To avoid external negativity, you have to allocate your time. As I said in previous slide, you have to audit your time and understand what are the external factors are influencing you. Then you have to follow this 75 by 25 rule. This is a method for your letting go your negativity, which means 75% of your time has to be spent to the people who are exactly same mentality as you, so that you can understand what exactly you are. Then do not get involved in the activities which are not which doesn't means to you, that will lead you to free up yourself and come up more freely, comfortably. Then to avoid internal negativity, he says spot, stop and swap, which means spot your negativity at what part you are being negative and what is that being influencing you to be negative, and then stop and think what is the reason behind that to be a negative person, and then swap it into positivity. That is like monks lead with awareness. So he compares Jay Shetty compares that people who are negative are far from monks, because monks always think twice or thrice how many times it is needed to understand, to be positive to others as well as to themselves. Next one is fear. So he says welcome to Hotel Earth. So he says fear is the main thing that will stop your capacity. Whenever you are performing, you cannot give your best until and unless you have fear coming in between. So pain makes us pay attention. Pain means that fear, which for example, I am presenting a PPT here or a review here, and I have a stage fear, so that I cannot present it properly and I cannot give my best. So to avoid that fear, you have to practice more and concentrate on yourself to remove the obstacles. Then causes and cures. You need to work on yourself to understand your causes and the cures. The second, this is the same thing as these things, that you shouldn't come to a conclusion without making any step towards. Then you have to coming to this 4 seconds breathing technique that will it will lead you to avoid your fears. For example, before coming here, I can take, if I have stage fear, I have to take 4 seconds long breathe so that I can relieve myself and come back to my capabilities. Then intentions. Let go your intentions. That doesn't mean you have to let go all your intentions, but you have to pause and think what are good, what are not. So your intentions to be perfect, you have to be honest about your whys. How many of you are like practicing this method to ask yourself why we are doing this, why we have to do this? Anyone who practices this? Great. Anyone else? This is a great practice that he is practicing, that you need to ask yourself why I am doing this, why we have to do this, so that you get answer and then you can perform well. So to question yourself, these are the basic questions. What are your fears? Why you are fearing for that? What are your desires? Why you are craving for the desires? Then duties and love. All these 4 factors are the main things that you have to question yourself for whys. Then that was a let go part. This is a grow part. To grow yourself, you need purpose to be made. To Jay Shetty is insisting you need to have dharma, which is the combination of passion, expertise and usefulness. Combining this, you'll come to know what is dharma. So here he also discusses about quadrants of potentiality. There are 4 quadrants. The first one is no, you don't have skills but you have passion. In the second quadrant, you have both skills and passion. In third one, you don't have skills, neither you don't have passion. But on the fourth one, you have passion but no skills. To have a proper purpose, you need to be on second quadrant, which is both skills and passion. You have to link your feelings to the passion to understand your purpose and work on that. Then routine. Normally we perform our routine like waking up, brushing our teeth and getting ready for the college or office. This is our routine. But to get peacefully fresh, you need to be active when your thankfulness should be shown. That when you're born, you have a purpose to be born. You have to serve the universe, and you have to do things that will come back to you. So you need to be thankful for everything. For example, Japan people will never never show their aggressiveness when they get hurt by others. Instead they thank to them that thanks for correcting and all. So you need to be thankful to everyone, even in the negatives and positives, that will help you to grow better. Then you need to have insights what you're doing, and you have to follow a proper schedule to be followed. Then meditation and exercise, these are common things. Anyone here do exercise or meditation, like practices? One. Anyone else? Okay, 2, 3, 4, yeah. So many of us. Can anyone please stand and tell from when you are practicing this meditation or exercise? Yeah, Kritik, can you? Can we know from when you are practicing this meditation or exercise?
I'm doing exercise for past 3 months.
Okay. Yeah, from during past 3 months he is practicing exercise. So can we know, did you see any mental or physical? It is sure that you can see physical changes, but mental peace, did you get anything from that?
Yeah, it increased my focus and reactive time also. I started to notice there's increase in my speed and less in tiredness. I got fatigue very less only, but that's increased in focus.
That's great. I hope we'll also start exercising to get mental peace. So it is needed that meditation, if not exercise, at least meditation leads to your mental peace, that's for sure. I hope you guys follow this. then you have to concentrate on your mind, because here it says it is your mind that translates the outside world into happiness or misery. So it is just your mind that the whatever situation is happening over there, it will convert into happiness either in misery. It all depends upon your mind how it is taking in the situation. So here Jay Shetty is like giving an example that monkey mind reacts. So he compared monk mind and monkey mind, where monkey mind is reactive to every situation, where monk mind is reacting to only that situation which is necessary. So understanding the mind is very important when you have to control your mind. Ego. This is the main thing that we all have in one or the other situation. That ego itself is a negative word for everyone, but sometimes ego is also helpful in positive situations as well. So here at first point itself we can say that ego is the obstacle to grow. Whenever you are trying to grow up, it is ego. When what you guys think ego means? Can anyone say? What exactly is ego? Self-importance and self-love, and yeah, every answer is correct. So ego is something keeping yourself in front of everything. You are giving yourself like self-love, self-importance, all these terms comes under same thing, that you are keeping yourself in front everything. But when it comes to monks, they don't do that, because how much ever they do hard work in the society, but they never expect them to get praised or to get recognized. So ego is something will stop you to grow. You when you keep yourself every time first, not leading your team or group in front, so it might stop you to grow. Then gratitude. From here onwards, it's the third part, that is give. Here Jay Shetty insists us to give to the world or the universe, which will come back to us for sure. Open to opportunities, be grateful for setbacks, which will lead to kindness and volunteering. So openness to opportunities is like whenever you have a situation to be interactive or to be participative, you need to go and take initiation, take voluntary to be interactive and get that opportunity success. For example, you are new to the college, but you have your seniors or juniors, whomsoever, as a group, but you are alone. You cannot expect them to come and get interaction. You can go and take initiative to interact with them, to have connectivity and get involved. Relationship, it is not the... First of all, relationship means only one thing. We think that a boy and girl gets into a relationship, that's a relationship. But coming to this, monk says relationship can be a connection between universe and yourself. That is also a relationship, a mother and daughter, whatever the relationship it is. But you have to give your best to be positive and honest to the people you are like having a bond with. Then service. This is the most beautiful line I heard, like read in this book. That is, plant tree under the shade. You don't plant to sit. It is like, it means you are planting a tree, but you are not planning to sit when it sit in the shade, which you are not planning to sit on under the shade. So whenever you are doing something to others, you don't have to expect to get back something. You have to give it your help others or give your best just to help them, not to expect something from them getting back. So this is the line, serve with intentions, not with the expectations. So this was the last chapter, and to conclude, Think Like a Monk invites us to imbibe the wisdom of monks to lead life filled with peace, purpose and happiness. All this book is not just about monks, to the people who are willing to have peace and happiness and purpose in your life can read this book. It is really wonderful and motivating. Thank you.